Hi there BookTube, it's Eleanor here, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul. I've just got back from about 3 weeks away to various places over the summer holidays. I've accumulated some books when I came back, some from publishers, some I cheekily bought for myself. I'll show you. So the first one I picked up when I was in Salcombe in Devon. There was a little bookshop. Everyone else had gone out on for the afternoon on a boat. I get seasick, so I was left behind, much to my dismay, because I had to go book shopping and clothes shopping. It was awful. But I ended up picking up this one. I just liked the sound of it, and I think I've heard a couple of people mention it now. It's called Frankenstein in Baghdad by Ahmed Sadawar. It's the winner of the International Prize for Arabic Fiction. It sounds really interesting. Apparently it's a satirical reimagining of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And the back says, from the rubble-strewn streets of Baghdad, Hadi collects body parts from the dead, which he stitches together to form a corpse. He claims he does it to force government to recognise the parts as real people and give them a proper burial. But when the corpse goes missing, a wave of eerie murders sweeps across the city and reports stream in of a horrendous looking flesh-eating monster that cannot be killed. At first it's the guilty he attacks, but soon it's anyone who crosses its path. Frankenstein in Baghdad brilliantly captures the horror and black humour of a city at war. I think this sounds really interesting, and I'm really looking forward to giving it a go. The next 3 books are all books I picked up myself, 2 by an author which you may recognise if you have watched my book swapathon vlog. I recently read Nowhere But Home by Liza Palmer. I loved it, and so I picked up More Like Her. You can see it's got a bit of a shiny cover. I think it's an ex-library copy, because I'm hoping that this will be another 5-star read as well. So this is the story about a woman who starts working for another woman, and she thinks her boss has the perfect life, you know, perfect family life, job, everything going for her, and the sort of tagline of this is that everything is not as it seems. So I think it sounds like it's going to be a really interesting one, and I really loved Liza Palmer's Nowhere But Home, as I've said, so fingers crossed that's just as interesting and hard-hitting. Her books seem to have like a little bit more to them than just romance and fiction. There's quite good themes touched in there, so I'm hoping that that will be the same. And the other one I picked up, which I'm now thinking I might already have on my shelf, which is terrible, but I will check, is Girl Before a Mirror by Liza Palmer. So this is about an account executive. It says it's in this sort of madman-esque world. She's a 40-something divorcee, and she ends up, because of one of her clients, at this romance writers conference, which is totally different to what she was expecting. And I think there's probably going to be some sort of romantic storyline in there and some sort of self-discovery. So I think this sounds like it's going to be a really good read as well. The other book I picked up because I just thought it sounded really moving, and it's called The Sea of Tranquility by Katja Malay. I love the cover of this. It's got this sort of spilt ice cream, and then you've got these sort of silhouettes on the pavement of a boy and a girl's face, or maybe 2 girls or maybe 2 boys, I'm not sure, but a silhouette certainly of 2 people's face. The back says, 2.5 years ago, an unspeakable tragedy left her a shadow of the girl she once was. Katya Kashnikov moves to a new town determined to keep her dark past hidden and hold everyone at a distance. But her plans only last so long before she finds herself inexplicably drawn to the one person as isolated as herself, Josh Bennett. Josh's story is no secret. Every person he loves has been taken from his life, until at 17 years old there's no one left. When your name is synonymous with death, everyone tends to give you your space. Everyone except Nastya, who won't go away until she's insinuated herself into every aspect of his life. But as the undeniable pull between them intensifies, he starts to wonder if he will learn the secrets she's been hiding, or if he wants to. The Sea of Tranquility is a rich, intense and brilliantly imagined story about a lonely boy, an emotionally fragile girl, and the miracle of second chances. So I think this sounds like it's going to be a really good read, so I'm really pleased with those. So I came back also to a parcel of 3 books I was very kindly sent by Walker Books, so thank you so much to them for that. And the first one is called Who Killed Christopher Goodman, and this is by Alan Wolfe. So apparently this is a story that is inspired by a true crime story from the author's youth. It's about a boy, Christopher Goodman, everyone likes, he's very well liked, in his town, which is why it's shocking when he's turned up murdered. This is a book told from multiple perspectives, I believe, and I think it sounds intriguing. The next one is called Hello Must Be Going by Diane Sheldon. This is the story of an 18-year-old girl. She is killed, I believe, hit by a car, and she is standing by the side of her grave during her funeral looking at her three best friends with a bit of a strange face on. I'm not sure if that means they had something to do with it or what is going to happen here. It says dead does not always mean gone on the front, so that definitely intrigues me. And then the final one is Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow by Siobhan Curran. Siobhan wrote The Moonlight Dreamers, which I really enjoyed. There's 2 in that series and I thought they were really well written YA contemporary books. This one sounds like it's going to be an interesting read as well. So this is about Stevie, who's passionate about music and it's what keeps her going when she's got a difficult home life, and Hafiz, who loves football but has hardly played since he set out on a long journey from Syria, and it's about them forging a friendship and what that means to both of them. So some really interesting reads came from Walker Books and I'm really looking forward to giving these a go. And then finally, I did something that I've been meaning to do for ages, and I picked up some of the Penguin Moderns. I had a look through. I debated buying myself the box set when it came out, but there was just so many in there that I wasn't sure I was going to like. So I was in a shop and I was lucky they had every single one. So I took my time, I went through the back of all of them and I picked up 7 of the ones that most interested me. So the first one is Martin Luther King's Letter from Birmingham Jail. The next one is The Breakthrough by Daphne du Maurier, and then 3 Japanese stories by Akutagawa and others. Then I picked up The 3 Electro Nights by Stanislaw Lem, and The Duke and His Domain by Truman Capote, The Problem That Has No Name by Betty Friedan, and Of Dogs and Wolves by Yuko Tsushima. Now, as I say, I've picked up 7 of these. They're numbers 1, 3, 5, 9, 35, 41 and 43, and I will be making a video on these once I've read them. I'm going to read them and make a video on all of them together talking about them, so I will hopefully have that going up in the next month or so. But I'm so pleased I finally treated myself to these. They're only £1 and they sound like a really great way of trying some authors I haven't tried, from reading some books and short stories from authors that I have tried and loved, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. Anyway, that's some of the books that I have received recently. Have you read any of these? Do any of these interest you? As always, let's chat in the comments down below. Bye for now, BookTube.